Hi, welcome to my reading vlog. So I'm going to show you what I'm currently reading right now because the last TBR I did was a few months ago and I'm definitely not reading any of those books I showed you. I kind of got busy in the last few months, so I haven't been reading as much as I wanted to. Unfortunately, I just kind of stopped reading and it was kind of hard to get back into the books that I was reading after I haven't read them for so long. So I decided just to like dump that previous TBR and get a new one. But this time I'm not going to pick up any fictional books because fiction books are a little bit more harder to get back into when you haven't read them in a while. I just decided to make my current TBR a nonfiction TBR. So the first one is I'm going to continue reading this. Angels and Demons, When Angels and Demons Collide. Since these ones are just like interviews that are like 2 to 4 pages long, it's really easy to like pick back up. So we're just gonna read this. I finished the first 2 interviews, which was Saint Maria Faustina, which I don't know if I said it right, so I'm just gonna put her name up here. And the second one was God, Bible God. So those are the first 2 interviews, and so I am going on to the third interview right now, which is this one right here. I'm just gonna show you because I don't know how to say it. So that is the first book, and then the next 3 books are the nonfiction books, and they're books that focus on autumn culture. The first one, the next 2 are from the same author. My mom recommended that I read the books by Anna Marshall, so my dad thankfully got me these books because I was gonna have to like move money around to get these books. So I'm really happy that he decided to get them for me. First one is A Pima Pass. I'm gonna try to get that glare out. And then the next one is Pima Indian Legends. This one is looking at legends, specifically Pima Autumn Legends, which is in the title. So all these are legends. And then this one is following a family as time changes, basically. Starts off in the 1800s. I don't know where it stops. But this one just kind of showcases a family, but also looks at how autumn culture used to be and how it evolves over time. So this one I've been having a lot more fun reading because it's kind of surreal to see how quickly things have changed from like the 1800s till now. It's like, yeah, it's just like a really surreal feeling, and I'll show you why it felt a bit surreal to read. So this is why, because in the picture we have pictures, which I'm really happy about. You can see old autumn homes and how the family structure used to be like, which is where the family would all be living near each other like this. So aunts, uncles, grandparents, everybody would be living really, really close by. And instead of like all of us living in our own separate houses, and then we get deeper into the book and we see the progression of homes changing over time. Let me try the whole thing. Changing over time. I'm like struggling. Sorry. But changing over time to the brick houses and like the single family. So you just kind of see how quickly time had changed from the 1800s till now. These ones I started reading already, and I'm hoping to get back into these ones pretty soon because I've been having a good time reading this. My dad also got me this, A Pima Remembers by George Webb. This one I've been trying to summarize to help you understand what it is about, but I cannot do that because it's like really hard to summarize. I've been trying my hardest to like summarize this and I can't because I haven't gotten a chance to read it, so I don't know how I would summarize it. But yeah, these are the 3 books. And the 5th book is the poetry book I also showed in my previous vlog. This poetry book is specifically poets from Arizona, so that is why I got it, because you know I'm in Arizona, so it just kind of fit basically. Plus look at this cover. This cover is like really nice. But this one I'm also going to be reading. It's a poetry book. Poetry is also another thing that's easy to pick up when you haven't been reading for extended periods of time. It's easy to pick up. I am halfway through this one actually, which you can kind of see. I think honestly if I pick this up enough times in December, I might be able to finish it before the year ends. But the only reason I'm including it in my 2026 lineup is just in case for some reason I don't pick it up, and so it'll just roll over to the next year. So those are the physical books I got. The last book is an ebook, which I'm just gonna put right here. It's Quiet. I also don't remember who it is by and like the full title of it because I don't have my phone right now, so I can't easily look it up. That is a book that got recommended to me like a long time ago, and it's only now that I'm picking it up because I got a library card so I can finally like get books. So I used it to get this book. That's how I'm reading it, is through the library. And that one is just talking about quiet and like, well, quiet extroversion, introversion, how society had changed his perspective on introversion and extroversion. That is the first section of what that book was talking about, was the societal change between the two. Those are the books that I'm going to be reading for 2026. Ideally, I would like to finish these books before the year ends, but I don't know if I'm going to be picking them up pretty soon. So I'm just going to say that they're for my 2026. Right now, I'm setting up my 2026 bullet journal, and I decided to do a year in pixels, and it's a lot. I was gonna do more spreads like this, but I think maybe I'm not gonna do that because, like I said, it's a lot. And I already spent like an hour on this page alone, and I'm not even done with it. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this page as the only page as a year in pixels. Doing the full video for this pretty soon. I'm just like sketching out everything and like figuring out what spreads I want to do. Since I already have you here, let's just look in my reading journal. I started like a little mini reading journal. I'm gonna decorate the cover later, but I got like a little one. This was what I read in November. I'm still reading these right now. Did a quick theme to separate the months from from December. From November to December, I didn't really feel like decorating it, so I just put squiggly lines around December. And right here, like I was telling you about when I was doing my TBR earlier, reading the quiet book that I showed you. I'm just gonna put the book right here, but I wrote down some quotes from the book that I wanted to like just look back on later, because it's a library book and I'm not gonna have like the physical book, and I don't think I would get the physical book for this. And I'm gonna continue writing down the highlights of that book, and I also had to print out the book cover. I didn't get around to doing that, but I just put a highlight right there. But yeah, just want to show you what I'm doing in regards to like reading and journaling right now. Mostly it's just focusing on getting my 2026 bullet journal together, at least sketch wise, so that I can film it later.